There is a question that finds you at 3 a.m. when the house is silent and your mind will not stop turning. Why do I feel this way? Why does this ache have no name? The old world asked the same question long before you were born. 2,000 years ago, a Roman emperor wrote to himself in the dark, trying to calm a mind not so different from yours. He was not writing for us. He was writing because he, too, could not sleep. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, yet he feared the same things you fear, that he was not enough, that his effort meant nothing against the vastness of time. So he built a practice not of certainty but of return. His answer was simple, almost unbearably so. Some things are within your power, and some things are not. Your body, your reputation, the opinions of others, these were never yours to hold. What is yours is smaller than you think and larger than you know. Your judgments, your responses, the story you tell yourself about the wound, everything else is weather passing through a sky that was never disturbed by it. This is not indifference. It is not pretending the pain isn't real. It is simply asking, is this mine to carry, or have I picked up a stone that belongs to the road? Half a world away, in the shade of a fig tree, another man sat still until the truth stopped moving. He saw that suffering was not caused by the world, but by the grip we place upon it. The Buddha did not say to feel nothing. He said to notice how tightly you hold what was always going to change, the friend who leaves, the body that ages, the certainty that dissolves the moment you reach for it. Emptiness in this old language was not a void to fear. It was simply the truth that nothing stands alone, unchanging, forever yours. The self you protect so fiercely is a river, not a stone. This is why loneliness cuts so deep. We believe we are a fixed and separate thing, standing apart from everything else, waiting to be chosen. But separateness was never the whole truth. Further east still, in the mountains of old China, a different kind of teacher watched water move around stone without ever fighting it. He called this the Tao, the way things simply are, before we insist on how they should be. Zhuangzi once dreamed he was a butterfly, so completely that when he woke he could not say whether he was a man who had dreamed of being a butterfly, or a butterfly now dreaming he was a man. He was not confused. He was free. He understood that the self we cling to so desperately is far less solid than the fear that clings to it. This is the strange comfort hidden inside impermanence. If nothing is fixed, then neither is your suffering. The version of you that feels not enough today is not a life sentence. It is weather again, passing through a sky. But knowing this does not silence the ache immediately. The old teachers did not pretend it would. They simply gave a practice for the nights when the ache grows loud. Marcus Aurelius wrote the same reminder to himself, again and again. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The Buddhist monks practiced sitting with discomfort instead of running from it, learning that the feeling itself was survivable. It was the resistance to the feeling that multiplied the pain. The Taoist sages practiced Wu Wei, not forcing, not gripping, letting the current carry what could not be controlled while still moving your own oar with intention. 3 different paths, 3 different languages arriving at the same quiet center. The fear of not being enough dissolves not when you become more, but when you stop measuring yourself against a story that was never fixed to begin with. You are not behind. You are not failing some invisible race that was never real. You are like the river, like the butterfly, like the emperor riding in the dark, simply becoming, one unfinished moment at a time. So when the anxious thought arrives tonight, try asking it the old question, is this within my power? When the emptiness comes, remember it is not a wound but a doorway. When loneliness whispers that you are separate, remember the river never truly leaves the sea. None of this erases the difficulty of being alive. It simply hands you an old, worn tool, passed down through centuries of hands that felt exactly what you feel now. The ruins remain standing not because they were strong, but because they learned slowly, painfully, how to bend without breaking. Perhaps that is all wisdom ever really was. So take the weight you have been carrying, the one that was never fully yours, and set it down for a moment. Not forever, just for tonight, just long enough to breathe. Somewhere between the ruins of the ancient world and the vastness of the cosmos, the answer was always this quiet, not louder than your fear, just steadier. The vast within will be here, whenever you need to think again.